Hello, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black people. I hope that all is well in your world. And this day was a very, very successful day for you and all of your wonderful, wonderful black loved ones. My beautiful black brothers and sisters, believe you me this. White folks cannot say Black Lives Matter if they are still appropriating black culture. How can you be taken serious when you say Black Lives Matter, white folks, when you are turning around and still appropriating black culture? Days after George Floyd was murdered, I began to see a lot of active white folks appropriate black culture, posting things regarding police brutality as if they, white folks, are not also implicated in that system of oppression. Honestly, I cannot understand why white folks, so many white folks, do not see the harm that they are doing when they are still appropriating black culture. Most people, I believe, most black people, I believe, will get it. And some people will say that my position is a ridiculous position. When I am offended by white folks copying, emulating black culture, instead of seeing it as white folks trying to be supportive of a black cause, black issues, black protests, etc., etc. But it is clear to me that so many people do not realize that they do not realize when cultural appropriation occurs. They do not realize what it is. Cultural appropriation occurs when a member of a dominant culture uses elements of another, more marginalized group's identity for profit or in a very dismissive way. And this can actually cause harm for the group whose identity is being commandeered, especially when black folks' identity is commandeered. And that appropriation is connected to the same system of racism that is fueled by discrimination, systemic inequalities, and police brutality, etc., etc. I see a lot of white folks actively appropriate black culture, posting about this police brutality as if they are not also implicated in the system of oppression. If you are non-black and you wear cornrows, use jive talk, a colloquial cadence when you speak, then you are probably part of the problem. You're probably part of the problem, white folks. I've seen this time and time again when non-black folks dresses in a way that one would attribute that type of dress to black culture. When these non-black folks dress that way, they are seen as trendy, creative, cool, etc., etc. When black folks dress like that, they are seen as thugs, criminals, drug dealers, drug users, etc., etc. You see some white folks wearing cornrows. It's a hairstyle that they can take on and off as they please without consequences. White folks can do that when they wear cornrows. If a black person wear cornrows, they can expect a considerable amount of prejudice, resistance for wearing this hairstyle that is attributed to black culture. When black folks wear cornrows, afros, twist, locks, etc., etc., they're called ghetto, unprofessional, or unkempt. In fact, many traditional black hairstyles like afros, dreads, and braids are banned from certain workplaces and make black folks the target of unfair professional discrimination. To wear cornrows as a non-black person is to completely dismiss and trivialize the experience a black person has doing the same thing. Understandably, to black folks, it isn't just a hairstyle. It is much more than that when black folks wear certain hairstyles in the workplace. And what about the many non-black folks? The many non-black folks who exploit black culture for profit. Entertainers, comedians, musicians, actors. Just think about the most popular white creators on who garnered millions of views per TikTok video and secured brand deals by performing dances choreographed by black dancers. It happens all the time. Anything that black folks create will be copied, will be emulated, will be stolen by these appropriating racist white folks, using it for profit. That is what appropriation is. It's even racist. Yes, because white creators are profiting off of culture created by black folks without giving black folks any credit for it at all. The black creators, additionally, do not receive even remotely the same amount of recognition or monetary benefits as the white dancers who did their choreography, who copied the black created dances and made much money off of it. Think about it. So much of American culture was shaped by black folks, people that looked like me. Just look at streetwear, which was started by black designers like Will Smith and is arguably one of the biggest influences in mainstream fashion, or rap music, one of the most listened to genres worldwide, which was started by black DJs in the 1970s and has been appropriated by way too many non-black folks to even begin to try to count. This kind of appropriation perpetuates racial inequality and inequities, like how the black TikTok dancers did not get credit for these dances until the white creators were called out. In this way, the appropriation of black culture contributes to a very steady imbalance in which non-black folks reap the benefits of partaking in black culture, while black folks are oppressed for doing the same thing. It is racist. It is wrong. It is unfair. So let's be honest. If you appropriate black culture, you're contributing to the racist system as well. If you don't understand why people get angry at comments like, it's just a hairstyle, it's just an accent, or it's just a pair of baggy jeans. This is why cultural appropriation is about more than wearing a certain outfit. It's about more than changing the way you speak. It is about more than dancing a particular way or choosing a specific look. It's about power dynamics. It's about power dynamics, white folks. If we want to eradicate racism, we have to work on it in all forms, covert and overt, because it all contributes to the same outcome, a society where black folks are systematically oppressed. If you claim to support black people and value black lives, then you cannot turn around and appropriate black culture. None, black folks. Ask yourself, do you give credit where it's due? Ask yourself that. Do you acknowledge the struggle of black communities when you wear cornrows or change your accent or dress in a way that is influenced by black culture? Do you fight racism every day, or do you let racist comments slip by? Do you allow anti-blackness to continue in your homes, or do you speak up? Have you ever asked a black member of your community how they feel about appropriation? Do you value black lives? Or do you just value black culture, white folks? Ask yourself these questions when you think about appropriating black culture, appropriating black culture, and using it for profit, for opportunity, for recognition, for fame, for position, for money, etc., etc. That's all I have on this one.